Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today. Today is Saturday, April 5th, 2025. You may follow me on the book, the tech, the tube, the lemonade, the blue sky social, the fan base, the Insta, maybe Pinterest. I don't know why I never threw that on there before. I really hadn't been on there in a long time, but I was on there this morning posting some stuff. Well, I mean, really, you're like, I don't create anything, I save other people's stuff. Anyway, or not, totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. Whatever does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Kipper deck. The Kippa. I got mine off Amazon, I think like $15. I think. Something like that. Oh, shoot. I keep forgetting I was going to put out a bag of shrimp to defrost because I'm going to have shrimp and grits tomorrow. I keep forgetting. I'm such a nerd. We got 2 on the table. Three on the table. Four on the table. 5. There might be, I can't tell if it's a shadow or there's 2 cards there. It's a shadow. Five on the table. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. Six on the table. Last shuffle. Oh, jeez. All right. We got 7 with bottom of the deck. We've got pathway. Main female. Imprisonment. Mature man. Adjudication. False person. Bottom of the deck. Official person. Feminine, masculine, take heart resonates. If you need to switch the male and the female, 2 females, 2 males, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say it like it is on the cards because it's just easier for me. Okay. If I feel anything or hear anything or see anything, I will say. So I think whoever these two people are, they are in union. They're married, would be my guess. If they're not married, they have ties via money, property, 401k, pension, whatever, bank accounts, loans, credit cards. This main female is looking for a way out. They feel imprisoned by this mature man, stuck. Held up is what I just heard. Mm, like this mature man like held up her progress. You know, well, let me say this. Again, it looks like there's some type of court situation, whether they're married or not. If they're breaking up, if she's leaving, there needs to be a division of assets if there was any combined assets, right? Especially if one is putting up a fuss. Um, I at first thought that this mature man was a false person, and maybe they are. I mean, the fact that this main female thinks that they were held up by this mature man, implies that there was some type of false impression. However, I don't know if this main female or this mature man has representation, a lawyer, an attorney, or if this is the judge that would preside over the case. Um, One or the other, they would be a false person. This would be somebody that when these two people go to court, it's going to be very skewed in someone else's favor before the judge even says the word hello, because this judge either falls for women's sob stories, right? Or, and I'm just making generalizations, okay? Falls for women's sob stories, or like they don't like women, they would side with the man. If this is an attorney for one of the couple, either the main female or the mature man, pardon me, this person is a false person. This person would be like if this is the main male's or the mature man's attorney, they're going to try and butter up the main female to get them to fall, to make sure, they think that, like, oh, a false sense of security, like they're going to do me good, like I'm going to get a good settlement when we leave, or I'm going to get the house and he's going to get the money, or if this is the main female's attorney, lawyer, representation, like they're going to try and butter up the mature man to try and get whatever they can for their main female, the client. There's something about like a false a false person, whether it's a lawyer or it's the judge. In my mind, it's the judge, just because they all fall out in order. And you see them pretty clearly right there. Like, in my mind, it's the judge, but take how it resonates, because the other generalization is that lawyers and attorneys are shysters, right? So I kind of threw that in there because it's not out of the realm of possibility. But I'm thinking it's probably the judge. Um, and um, I'm going to say, and this is just in my opinion, you take how it resonates for you, because this could resonate for you, but it could be the opposite, right? I'm going to say that whoever this judge is, that they fall for the feminine sob story, whether the sob story is real or not. Only because the false person card, like the feminine really stands out to me. They really stand out on the card, honestly. And then in the background, it almost looks like there's a fire back there, and the male figure is back there, like, kind of like torch the mature man. Like, who cares about him? Like, I'm gonna make sure that the main female gets whatever she needs. Again, take how it resonates for you. But it basically would be like two people going into court, whether they're married or just in some type of relationship, and that judge being like, "Oh, well, you only offered, the main female like $200,000, but you have $2.3 million. I'm gonna award her half of that." Like, it gives like favoritism, basically. And I don't think, like, I'm not picking up on like the judge is sleeping with the main female or anything like that. It's a skewed perspective. Like, this judge would have a skewed perspective on like right and wrong, moral values, that kind of thing, in regards to men and women. Like, and this is just an example because I'm not like seeing anything specific, but like, if this judge grew up as a kid and he had a single mom, and, well, he or she, I guess you could say, had a single mom, and their dad took off, and they never really knew their dad, but they watched their mom struggle. As an adult, as a judge, they might look at the feminine as like, "Oh, I need help, help me." And they might look at the male, the masculine, as like, "Oh, he doesn't do no good. Look at him. He's a scumbag." You know? It's that kind of generalization. And I think that's why I was saying generalization before. Like, there's something about the way that this judge would think. Like, again, their perspective. There also could have been too this dynamic between the main female and the mature man. and them thinking that the mature man held them up, like held them back. It's going to sound kind of funny, but when I look at the mature man card, like they look like a scholar, right? All the books in the back, like they look like they would be a professor, like they would be educated. Like to me, it signifies somebody that probably went to school, went to college, vocational school, whatever they're into, whatever they do for a living. Whoever this mature man is, they might have been more career oriented. So when they got into whatever this relationship was or situationship with this main female, they kind of might have left them to their own devices because, they're focused on their career. And this main female realized, like, oh, you brought me into this relationship, but we don't ever do anything together. Like, you're off working all the time, and I feel like I'm stuck here, at home. Or I go to work and I come home and you're never there. Do you know what I mean? It gives off that kind of energy. The only other thing that I'm getting, and it's pretty simple, it's pretty self-explanatory. This pathway card, like whoever this main female was, whether the judge is in her favor or not, I mean, that's all aside because she's just a bystander basically. Like she wouldn't even have anything to do with that. That's all on the judge. But whoever this main female is you, maybe. With this pathway card, it just gives me somebody that felt like they were in the dark, like they were excluded, secluded, deluded, and then they finally made it into the light by getting away from this mature man. And that's not in any way to say that this mature man is abusive or anything like that. Again, it just very much gives off the vibes of getting into a relationship and one of the people really doesn't have time for a relationship. Like, they probably really should have never gotten into a relationship, is what I'm saying. And whoever this main female is, like, they felt stuck there in the dark by themselves until they found the pathway out of there. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope you all have a great day or evening wherever you are. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.